Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Star Trek Adventures actual play. We haven't been here for a little while. There's been some holidays and stuff like that, all in the middle. So it's been a minute, but we're back. I've got more of the Shackleton Expanse campaign for these lovely people. Got 3 of our little crew members here this week, and we'll be joined by another crew member next week, as we've recruited another person, so we can cover all the slots if needs be. All right. Let's say hi to Tom first of all. Yeah, because Anita's not here.
Sorry, that really took me off guard.
That's all right. Well, you're first.
I'm so used to Anita being here that I've got a little stopgap before me.
And you're like, okay, no, me, yeah. No, it's you first. Hello. How was your holiday?
Hello. Yeah, it was good. It was quiet. I like quiet holidays. It means I can just sit back, relax, and not really do anything. So it was good. It wasn't too bad. I'm now back in work. It's blooming cold.
Oh, it's freezing now.
It's really cold, but it's dry. So I'm cool with it. I just stick my thermals on, my big work coat, that's like that. It makes me look like I'm triple the size that I actually am. And then I do a little bit of physical work and then I'm sweating. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back into the Star Trek universe and seeing what shenanigans we can get up to.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it as well. Tim, so glad you're with us. How are you? How was your holiday?
Oh, hi. It was literally just a weekend. Because it fell on a Monday, I didn't get any extra time off or anything. So just a regular weekend, and there was no snow. It's cold this week, though, here in Vancouver. Today's nice, but it's supposed to reach like minus 14 Celsius, and for us, that's extreme.
I mean, you talk like that's not extreme for us. That's like cataclysmic for us.
Yeah, it is here too. Like there's going to be a lot of problems, but hopefully it'll like warm up faster and won't hit that. But no snow. That's good. I hate the snow.
Yeah,
I'm the worst Canadian. Yeah, I know. I'm a Canadian who doesn't like hockey. I don't like skiing. I don't skate. I don't like winter. I do not like winter. I'm the worst Canadian ever. I'm like an American without enough money to buy a gun. It's so weird. I'm sorry, that was rude. Excuse me to all my American friends. But also tell me I'm wrong.
Susie, as the Brit there over in the North American duo we have on the stream tonight, are you a better Canadian?
I believe so. I like hockey. I love snow.
You're already a better Canadian.
I'm currently supporting 3 separate hockey teams. There's good 6 inches of snow outside right now. It's going to be a nice balmy -9.
How 3?
Today. How 3? Because, right, so I support the Montreal Canadiens as the NHL team, unfortunately. But the PWHL just started the Professional Women's Hockey League, and I'm supporting Toronto as my main sort of team, and then Montreal as my secondary. So
PWHL is actually better than the NHL.
So good.
It's so good. If you want to watch exceptional hockey, I'm not even a hockey fan, and it's just exceptional sports. Women's sports in general, hands down better than men's every single time.
Women's football is getting a lot more exposure over here now. Because actually our Lionesses, the England women's international team, really, really good. And like men's international gets about halfway and falls like at that hurdle.
Well, if you like soccer, the highest scoring highest scoring player of all time is Christine Sinclair. She just retired. She's a Canadian soccer player who's got, I think something obscene, like 30 more goals than Ronaldo. Like she's just like in the 150s, 160s, something obscene like that for points. Like she's just got ridiculous amount of goals.
That's amazing.
And she retired just like she retired on the 12th of December, I guess, while we were on our break.
Yeah.
And she the BC declared the day Christine Sinclair Day because her number was 12. So the 12th of December, so 12/12 is her day. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a cool little nerd tidbit about how better women are than men at sports. I'm like saying all the right things today, right? Yeah. Offending men, offending Americans. I'm nailing it. Maybe I'm a good Canadian.
Yeah. We did sports talk today, Grant. I'm impressed.
You just hit my limit of a sport ball. I got nothing more. That's it
now.
That's it. Yeah.
One other thing I will say about the PWHL is you won't ever see in the NHL a woman score, then go and smooch her fiance, but you can in the PWHL because half the women are dating each other.
That's amazing.
It's very good. And it's on YouTube, so watch it. Got no excuse. Okay, thank you.
Okay. You convinced me. That's fine. Well, I'm sure you heard from your mum that there was snow here. I don't know if it ended up in Yorkshire, but there is snow.
A little bit.
There was snow here. It didn't settle because it's Britain, obviously. But, you know, I looked out my window and it was snowing. And I was like, ugh. It's like, Tim, can't stand it anymore.
So
I'm done with
screwed
it.
up at this moment that not even the snow will settle.
I know. It used to. And we were grateful.
It used to.
All right. Let's start a little Star Trek Adventures then.
We're on fire. We start with the three of us just walking down, just griping about everything else in the world and the station. Like it's all something else's fault. Like all of it. That's all we're doing. Just gripe. People are like moving out of the way, visibly like, oh God, they're not. You can just see the cloud. Yeah.
You couldn't be more wrong about the opening of this episode. Let me show you why. Station log, stardate 49004.6. It is today that the station is appointed its first officer. Both myself and General Kargan have agreed to assign Chief Petty Officer Burrell to the post, and it's time for our combined senior staff to greet their new executive officer. And as Admiral Hebert finishes up her speech, introduces you. You're all in dress uniform. And Oshron, Ambassador, what are you wearing?
Oh, I have some like over the top, but not like I'm like I don't want to outdo the bride, but I have no problem wearing something like ostentatious. You know, so like it's trying to be subtle, but it's like iridescent and blue, and like there's gonna be like some sort of arching halo that's just completely unnecessary and like kind of attaches like a hood, but without the actual hood part. Yeah. I'm like all done up. And I'd love to think that I had like no idea what I was prepping for, because Tim had no idea what he was prepping for. So Oshron's been like away for just like ever, and just kind of came back and is like, dress uniform this time, this place, be there. Great, let's go. And then you kind of like walk on stage, and I'm like, I probably cheer louder than anyone else is appropriate to.
Nice. And yeah, assembled are your, in part, Burrell, your senior staff. The only notable exception, obviously, is Ambassador Yang, who has been kicked off the station. And Oshron, you have heard about this as well. She's effectively been like recalled back to Kronos, and you know, effectively like kind of dishonorably discharged, basically.
That was the one that was messing with us, right?
Yeah, she was like the matriarch of the Klingon house, and she was messing with Burrell.
Riddance.
Yeah, Noe. Burrell took Harvey and Eka to Kronos and yourself actually to figure that out. And the Gowron and the High Council did indeed vote in your favor. So she's gone. A new ambassador hasn't yet been appointed. It's not necessarily noteworthy right now, but it is getting along a little bit now in terms of Stardate, so that is maybe something to consider. But Burrell, and Harvey, you're in attendance. Oshron as well. Like, is there anything you want to say to your senior staff, or is there any vibe you want to give out or get from people, or what do you want to do here?
Well, no, she's not chest puffed. I think she's trying to give the vibe of like, I might be like the first officer now, but I don't want things to really change much, you know, like, but she's still a very hands-on sort of person. So she's like, you know, like, it's not like I'm your boss, but cool now. She's just trying to be like,
that's exactly what I'm getting from you.
No, it's not that vibe. No, it's she's
I'm
just
a
kind
cool
of trying to
mom.
be a bit like business as usual sort of thing, not like I'm a cool mom.
Business as usual. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, but she's she's very thankful to Admiral in general.
Give me a presence and command roll.
Oh God.
Difficulty 2.
Presence, command, difficulty 2. All right, I'm just gonna straight up roll it.
Yeah.
Let's go. 3.
3 successes. All right. Let's bring in a little kind of trait here that you can evoke
totally lean
later
over
on.
I totally lean over to Harvey, like really quietly. I taught her that. Just kidding.
All right, Swarm Momentum 2, and oh fuck, I spilled my Coke everywhere on my keyboard as well. And so that's Momentum as well. Oh my god, I hope this survives. And yeah, with that, you kind of let's get you like a little trait as well. So something that you can invoke later on, that kind of, you know, gives you a little helping hand with like the crew, with kind of giving some orders, stuff like that, you know? We don't have to name it necessarily right now, but like we can bring it in later on.
Okay.
And you got one momentum there as well. So yeah, with that little, you know, bit of a speech, people seem pretty impressed. There's the Klingon contingent here. There's your Starfleet compatriots as well, obviously. And then yeah, there is a lovely little reception.
Do the little mingling there. You know, everyone's stood around in dress uniforms with the tiny little champagne glasses. The Star Trek.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Burrell maneuver.
The Burrell maneuver. Oh my god. Tom, what would Harvey be doing in this situation while I save myself from Diet Coke all over the desk?
You know, Harvey, it's not often he gets in his dress uniform. You can probably tell. But I like to think that maybe it is a little too small for him. It's a little tight around the stomach area. Maybe Harvey's put on a bit of weight since the last time he wore it. That was probably at the academy or something, probably like that. He's only 21, 22, I can't remember. He's young.
How often do we think people get into dress uniform?
It's not.
There must be little functions and stuff.
I would argue at least twice a year.
At
least twice a year.
If you were an officer, yes, like a thing. But he's been junior grade, so I imagine that he's probably did it when he graduated Starfleet Academy, and maybe when boarding his first ship or something like that. Oh, even then you don't go in dress uniform boarding the first ship, do you? You just go in uniform. So probably Starfleet Academy
and stuff. I love the idea though that we live in a place in a world where you can consistently like just make things out of nothing but energy, and yet Harvey has not adjusted his suit. Like it's not like he has to go to the tailor to do this. It's literally just hit a couple buttons and requisite a new one, and he just has not. Like I really enjoy that. Yeah.
It's definitely just not something.
He's been having too many desserts with Chella on dates.
Definitely, it's 100%. He's been
wait.
too much.
Harvey has been on dates.
I mean, Dr. Chella.
Yeah.
God, I have been away for like
the goss.
You get lost in one time vortex, and this is what happens.
Yep.
No.
So he's a bit uncomfortable, but he's got the drink, and he'll probably hang around Ocheron a fair bit until he sees Burrell free, and he'll kind of like nudge Ocheron and see that she's free, and start to head on over to Burrell. After Burrell's done the usual kind of like
work in the room, handshakes.
Yeah.
Work in the room.
Yeah.
The usual.
Yeah, as we're walking up, I'm going to lean over Tom and Harvey, totally taught her that. And then I'm going to go in for like a fake, just to like throw everyone around you off, because I don't report to you. Like I do, but I don't. So it's like very much like just to kind of like break the ice a little bit. And I want to try and, can I roll? I want to try and break Burrell just a touch. Like I'm not trying to do it to be mean. It's truly one of those just trying to make a friend laugh in church kind of vibe.
Sure.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Difficulty.
Also, sorry, Burrell.
Difficulty 1.
But not. Okay.
Difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1.
What?
Shouldn't it just be
Do you
a
want to
roll off?
oppose this, Susie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll off.
Let's see what
Okay,
Arshron's
if you're
doing.
opposing each other, and this is player versus player, you can only give me threat in order to roll more dice. So, Susie, at the corner of your eye, you see Oshron, and he's got that look in his eye. And you know the look.
Yeah.
It's the
I know that
mischievous look, right?
Yeah.
He's about to... Something's about to kick off. So, I need you to roll for me. And and you're rolling 2d20, obviously, as a baseline. But it's up to you how many dice you want to roll. But the only way to buy them is through threat.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm absolutely presence and command all the way.
It's a presence and command off.
It's a presence and command off. Yeah, I will give you threat to get a third dice because I feel like this is fun.
I'll match that.
You're gonna get them from us anyways.
Okay.
Okay.
So Susie first.
We gotta. Oh, Susie first. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Tim, I'll give you an opportunity to raise those stakes if you want.
Oh, I've already spent my one.
Oh, okay. So roll me those 3 dice then anyway. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, now
Okay, so
windows so I can see what happened.
you scored 3 successes. Burrell scored 2 successes.
By one.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not going to award you the momentum back. No, actually. I am.
That's expensive. I gave you threat.
I am.
Burn.
I am.
Burn.
I am. No, you'll get a second momentum there.
I'll tell you what. I'll use it right away.
Okay.
I'll use it right away to kind of cement like Burrell's position as like that different kind of exo.
That cool mom.
Like I'm
Yeah.
yeah. Cool mom, but without being cool mom. Like
Okay.
Burrell does not want to be cool mom. So whatever the Burrell maneuver is, I'm now setting you up. So I'm adding and everyone, like, I love the idea that everyone just kind of like, as I do it to you, and then we start kind of giggling in just the right way, but catch each other. Like, yeah, it's kind of like that literally laughing in church kind of thing.
I love it.
Harvey extends his hand. Well, I do report to her. Congratulations, sir. And extends his hand.
That's awesome.
At that moment, there is a, like on a console, there's a little bip of like a little alarm kind of going off. There's it's like an urge, a little priority kind of internal communication channel. The admiral opens it up and she asks kind of what the situation is. And one of the ops staff comes through on the comm and says, Admiral, I think we're receiving some kind of distress call. I'm not sure. We've never picked this up before. Could be a new ship. Could be possible first contact. I just need to verify the signal and actually try and figure out what they're saying. The Admiral looks at you all and looks at you, Burrell, specifically, and says, well, now's a good time as any. Over to you, Burrell.
Yes, ma'am. All right. And then I get Harvey, get Oshron.
Oh my God, you actually like? Oh God, yes.
Yeah, cracks knuckles. Okay.
You have ops and the station at your disposal. So you've got people on consoles and things, and all those typical stations that they would man as well. And then you've got crew points from the station to spend. So if you wanted to use the crew to do stuff, Like if you wanted to, you could spend one of the crew points to like get a team of, engineers, or get a team of so and so, or get a token red shirt to follow you around, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
I just assume now I'm a first officer, I always have an assistant with pads. It's just always in the scene. Don't have to be stated. That's just
yeah. No, that's fine.
Just a given.
That's 100% what it is too. And you also actually get like a new talent thing that I forgot. Hold the phone. I need to find my PDF.
Can your new assistant like always be different? Like it's very much like it's always a guest star who has maybe one or two lines.
100%.
Like a very Will and Grace vibe, where it's like always everything, and no one ever announces it. It's just different, and maybe only one or two of us ever will like notice that it's a different person every single time.
Burrell doesn't. She's so busy.
Yeah. I like the idea that all three of us will like treat it as someone the exact same person, and we'll let Indra? No. Eka. We'll let Eka be the only one who like let's like just leave her, and like we'll like the four of us like we're actually playing a prank on her as well. So if she's, I don't think she's watching. If she's watching,
I think they're watching. Executive officer.
Okay.
When another character in communication with the XO spends a point of determination, so that's Harvey, that's Oshron, the XO may spend 3 momentum to let that character regain the point of determination. That's actually really powerful. So if they're under like your command, if you're in communication with them and like Harvey spends a point of determination and you've got 3 momentum in the pool, you can just be like, bam, I'll have that back, please. And even better, because it's an immediate spend, you can also do that with threat if you really want to. So if it's like, I need to spend this point of determination, I've got it and I want to spend it, but I definitely feel like I need some for later, you can just be like, 3 threat points, bam. We're just using the momentum or threat instead for it.
Okay. Ooh. That's pretty
snazzy.
nifty.
That's yours. That's all yours.
I'll get that on the sheet.
No problem. Okay. Okay, so you get into ops, not onto the bridge, you get into ops. The situation as it is described to you is that a no, hang on. A vessel has dropped out of warp, like even outside the it's like the Oort cloud, isn't it, of the or the Kuiper belt of the solar system. So like it's actually outside of any of the range of the planets, any of the range of the wider like asteroid belt that solar systems tend to kind of collate around them. So it's in effect in deep space, but it's kind of just outside of the system. You're getting an audio only kind of transmission that they're trying to like make contact with at the moment. So they can tell, like comms can tell that it's a transmission that's coming to them. They haven't been able to like, make the frequencies work yet, that kind of thing. This isn't a subspace transmission. This is a slightly something else. Gives you a bit of indication. This could be a new species to the Expanse. This could be a first contact species, maybe quite a young species in terms of spacefaring, because they're not using all the same tech as your intergalactic neighbors. Is there anything else you would like to know about the situation?
Open to input here from either of you.
Does the
What else
language have any similarities to anything we've experienced in the Expanse so far?
Yeah.
Or to
That's a good
anything
one.
close by?
So they haven't quite actually managed to patch through to the the audio yet.
Mm.
So like they know they're receiving a transmission, they haven't been able to actually listen to it yet.
Like they see that there's FM radio, they just don't know how to listen to it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They haven't tapped into the frequency.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
I kind of just stare at Harvey. Like, ideas.
First contact really isn't. I'm not really trained for it. Well, I mean, I am trained
No,
for
the
it. All
tech,
staff
the tech.
is, but oh, the tech.
Yeah, make it work. Pull a backlight. Come on.
It doesn't quite work that way. Not
I do like
sure.
a soft kick on the console, like that whole like kick it to make it work thing.
Come on.
But just to make Harvey like see it, kind of thing.
I'm not entirely sure what you want me to do.
I don't know. Sometimes you just fix things.
If they're broken, I think the console works. Perhaps the
okay.
console to see if it's working okay.
The console's working.
God.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Let's see if we can narrow down what frequency the signal's coming in on. We get a clearer read on it. Maybe we can locate it and understand what they're saying to us.
Cool. All right. So I want a clearer frequency. Do
Yes.
you want the crew to do this for you, or would you like one of you guys to lead the task?
I'm not good with that kind of stuff. Would I be able to assist the crew with like a translation background?
Yeah, and don't
Or
you
is it still
have
too technical?
It is technical, but it that kind of help does work as well. And aren't you? I thought you had first contact as some kind of training or something there, but the focuses are more about linguistics and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking linguistics vibe, but
I'd let you definitely use linguistics as a focus in your assist.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess because I don't really totally know the tech, it'd be daring maybe and like science.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that combination.
That'd be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. All right, your Starfleet con officer.
Yeah,
Susie,
I'm not
what-
leading this one.
Susie, what? You don't know. You can't see this, but like, what? How do you want to approach this? With control, with daring, with reason? What are your options there?
Oh,
Let's
wait.
go reason. We're applying the scientific method here.
Okay, cool. Reason, engineering. They do not have a focus in it, unfortunately. Okay, the task roll is a 1. Osher on that. Is that a complication?
It is not. It is
Okay.
a 19, not a 20.
Okay.
I don't know why. Wait, I had my complication setting wrong.
Oh, okay, no worries. Okay.
But it is not a success either.
Yeah, no, sure. So 1 success, and someone needs to actually roll for the station. So
Go
we
on,
need
Half.
the station.
I need to get it
sheet.
up.
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
sheet up, don't I?
Yeah.
Have a
A
looky. Where are you?
little bit further down, there's a folder called
There
Narendra
it is.
Station. There you go.
Right.
First one. We'll give you.
All
should
right, what
give
are
you a
we
sheet.
doing it for? What are we doing?
This is gonna be communications
Oh, dear.
and engineering. It always has a focus because it's the
Okay.
shape.
Okay. On.
And it rolls 1.
Oh, it only
task
rolls
roll.
1?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
it's assisting essentially.
Where'd
Anything?
you
that
add the
could-
focus?
It should be at the top. There should be a little focus button.
No, because it's a ship sheet. It just factors that
Oh,
in.
it just does that automatically.
Oh, it does it automatically. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. All right.
job.
You
Another
get to keep
one
your
from
job.
the ship.
Good. 'cause
Okay.
That's 2.
Yeah, with 2 successes, gives you a point of momentum, and you manage to patch through to the audio communications. Let me have a little look here. The universal translator starts to beep a confirmation, and then the alien speech is translated into Federation standard, and they've been. They say to you, "Oh, wait, I can understand you now. Incredible. I am Commander Mounty of the Akaru Explorer Star Ward. An intense graviton wave has impacted my vessel. Our propulsion systems and primary shields are inoperable. Most of my technical crew members died in the initial impact. We're adrift and require immediate assistance. May Iryax guide you to us."
I kind of look at Burrell and I'm like, "Your station."
She gives you the nod, though. First contact. Go on, Ambassador. Work your magic.
For only Burrell's eyes, there's like a little, and then I'll be. I full on clear my throat too. Like you could probably hear it over the noise. This is Ambassador Oshran of the United Federation of Planets. We're aboard a space station. Do you need engineering assistance then? And do you require medical supplies immediately, or are you okay to limp towards our station to help?
We're adrift. I don't think we'd be able to reach you. Do you have the ability to come to us?
I give you a look, Burrell.
She gives you the nod.
Yeah, we can send a ship to assist.
Thank you so much. Yes, some of the crew have been injured, but it's many of them wounded. I'm not sure about the number of casualties.
If you can forward us some of your medical scans, we'll see that we can have the appropriate equipment ready to assist as best we can when we arrive. We'll be there in plot amount of units.
I'll try and transfer that information to you. Maybe my engineers can work with yours to figure out how best to interface with this. Thank you. Yes. Yes, as soon as you can.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there shortly. We'll leave this channel open. If there's anything else you need, let us know.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Absolutely. And your name was?
Commander Mounty.
Commander Mounty. We'll see you soon.
And some of the op stations start to take over, trying to receive that data, as well as just kind of keeping a communications channel open, getting a better sense of kind of what's over there.
I want to go for like a very subtle fist bump as I walk next to Burrell. One for Harvey, too.
Burrell does the you with me. That's Harvey Oshran. She puts a call through for Dr. Chella. We need medical if she's on duty or another doctor. We're going to make a little... My first away team is first officer.
I'd like to make a recommendation if I could. I'll do it quietly to you because I don't want to overstep anything. I think we should, whatever we're going to do for like data exchange, I think we should keep it as limited as we can to make sure that we're not receiving anything we don't necessarily want. Don't want any like viral access, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and we confer that with the team on the comms, being like, don't scan the stuff before you accept the download.
I feel sometimes it's one of those like let's make sure that the players say it out loud to the DM.
Listen, I know it looks like My Chemical Romance Welcome to the Black Parade.mp3, but it's not actually. It's a Trojan.
This will not be as righteous as you think that it is.
Okay. So yeah, science officer on the sensors pinpoints the Star Wars location. And they do get a fix, Burrell, on the damaged vessel. Yeah, it's adrift. It is deep within a well of gravimetric eddies on the very, very edge of the system. And there is a sign of increasing electromagnetic radiation.
we figure out some ways around some of these eddies, haven't we? Like we've been experiencing enough of them lately that we've been kind of like getting a little bit better navigating them.
I would say piloting wise, Harvey's probably got a bit more experience with it. In terms of the technology, you've been working on it. It's a work in progress, yeah.
Yeah. We went to another kind of bubble dimension the last time I did that, so back to the drawing board.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
Noted.
So I'm guessing you clamber aboard a runabout. Probably
the Zambezi.
Yeah,
how big is their crew? I guess is a better way to say that. Like, are we gonna need the? Is it the Venture is the Intrepid class?
Always late Galaxy class stuff.
Venture's the Galaxy
no,
class.
Is that the Venture?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bellerophon is the.
They're all out and about exploring. Your runabouts are the closest thing.
That's what it is. All right.
It's bigger than a shuttle, though, so we'll be all right.
It is, yeah. You get a whole.
Runabouts.
You get not just like one away team, but you get like a whole team out in one runabout.
I think the Zambezi is specifically a special runabout for space, isn't it? I think it was designed because you can have different designations,
different configurations.
For the runabout.
You can absolutely have different
I think
configurations.
The Zambezi was like.
You can just pick one, like of the pods.
Tell us you're a Star Trek nerd without telling us you're a Star Trek nerd. What are we doing? We're playing a game. Did you have fun? Yeah, we spent at least a good 15 minutes discussing the configuration of an imaginary spaceship. God damn, I love being a nerd. It's the best. Look, like, how is this not fun?
This is so important.
It's so important.
Okay, so you've got customizable modules, you've got a passenger transport, a cargo transport, a long duration mission, and combat. So it is all plausible, I think, and I don't want to speak for you, but I imagine that this is the order that goes through. This is what I'm nerding out about, Tim. Is the kind of order goes through out for your repair crew, Harvey, because you're the flight boss of this runabout. I imagine them they're in a pit stop style like Formula One situation where you're like, two of these runabouts sit on pads, literally ready to take off at a second's notice. But I think that these repair crews are also on a kind of standby for no, we need the cargo transport immediately for an emergency. You have to change it in 30 seconds. And so they're like the whole team gets in, they've got all their Hydra fucking spanners and they're pulling off the modules. I would say that you'd probably be putting together the passenger transport module. This is a very short flight. At impulse, you are minutes away. It's just that this ship is adrift, that they can't get to you. Otherwise, it would have been so insignificant to actually just hop along to you, depending on how their depending on how their engines work. But passenger transport.
I love you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. But a passenger transport gives you up to 10 passengers, as well as just the crew of the runabout, which I guess is typically kind of 4 to 5 if you're on a long range mission, or up to 40 in an emergency.
Oh.
On a bit of emergency life support.
Yeah.
Check the tape. I said that. I think that I got it. God damn it! I have just a ridiculous amount of knowledge sitting in my head.
So you could take. I think it would make sense to take 2 runabouts. You've been told that the Star Ward has 74 crew aboard. As you take off, as you're in space, it comes through to you that so casualty list is starting to come through. Many of them are wounded, fair few are walking wounded, but another 20 of them are dead due to the disaster and resulting damage. So they've managed. That's the running total on the Star Ward at the moment. Of the total crew aboard, there are now approximately 54 remaining.
It's going to be a little cram, but we can get them across both runabouts.
Absolutely. So you smash the impulse, get out there in just a few minutes flat, and as you approach the Star Ward, as you look through it through some scanners, through some visualizations, but also through the actual viewport, like the front windshield of the of the runabout, you can see that the Star Ward Harvey is a sleek, compact vessel. It's very intelligently designed. You are impressed by its efficiencies that are built into the design, noting that a similar Starfleet vessel might require something like 30% more crew and resources. Based on just the scans you're getting, its configuration, that just seems like a low crew count to you for what they're doing. Yeah. But then as you're getting some readings already on the runabout, preempting your repair job that you're about to go into, it's really efficiently designed. This is like, you're like, chef's kiss. Like, this is a really good ship, guys.
Oh, really good ship. Boss, we gotta take her back to the station because she can't fly. Oh, I gotta work on it. Oh.
I think you have a tractor beam on the runabout.
We
can give her a tow.
And then the freaking Anita's freighter suddenly turns into this ship. I just worked on it really hard, I just worked on it.
I love Eka comes back and they're like, the gift tag looks different.
Yeah. Why does the gift tag look slimmer? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you rendezvous with the Star Ward, and I imagine it's one of those like little tether situations. Although, no, to be fair, you can absolutely transport aboard if you guys wanted to. Do you want to do the little or do you want to do the little scrabbling across the tunnel situation?
I think
what they do, like the Akaru, is that they're like, oh yeah, we'll get you the docking like clampy cable thing.
I kind of look over at Brel. If they offer the dock, I think we should take that because they might not have transport tech. And we don't want to show our hand before we need it.
Yeah, and we don't want to just beam into the middle of something we don't know.
Cool. Okay. So you dock, you hit the tether. The Zambezi goes first, and the other runabout has to wait behind you, effectively. They've got the one docking. No, you know what? I said they were efficient. They've got another one.
There
so
we
they've
go.
got two.
Done.
So the two runabouts dock almost in sync, and you guys clamber along the pipe in 0G for a little bit, I imagine. Just kind of push yourselves along in that 0G, and as the kind of as the artificial gravity starts to come back in, as you start to put your feet down back onto the kind of little weird little corridor, it's like an iris, actually. That's probably the most efficient thing. But like a little, Stargate iris of the thing kind of swishes away from the door frame.
Oh, I just kind of look at Harvey. Slick. That's much better than whoosh.
It's very slick. And there is an Akaru person stood in front of you. So they are a little shorter on average, you notice, than humans, other humanoids that you typically come across. They all, as you can see through, and this person who's greeting you, have that kind of olive to darker skin. But they have kind of a typical kind of humanoid kind of complexion to their skin. And they also have somewhat Vulcan, I guess, kind of reminiscent, like elven-like tipped ears as well.
Low budget episode,
yeah.
Saving for a later one with higher budget.
Yeah.
They're
all the makeup budget.
They're all in. They're kind of like the Star Trek like Enterprise, like the series, like the kind of giant, the flight jumpsuit.
Yes.
It's giving very early days of space exploration vibes. Like it's giving NASA punk. It's giving the kind of
Test flight.
like early Star Trek like jumpsuit vibes. Okay.
They had pockets and everything. It was perfect.
Yeah.
I wish I had pockets.
Starfleet's gone back on uniforms, no pockets.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
God, I'm absolutely. Oh, I didn't change. I'm still wearing my iridescent uniform. I just realized. You two are both in your dress uniforms. Like we're just decked out. Like we did not
Oh no,
change before
Harvey
we got on this
100%
run.
changed. He 100% quickly changed.
I absolutely wouldn't have thought about it because I just realized it now, and I wouldn't even like. I would have been in the runabout, been like,
Absolutely love that.
We look like our deity at this present.
Oh
though.
yeah, I looked
Yeah,
like literally the light hits and it just like very anime. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Starfleet. We brought our god with us.
Yeah.
Okay, they look at you
That's fantastic.
and they introduce themselves. I'm Specialist Jemai. I'm currently acting lead engineer.
Ambassador Oshron, United Federation of Planets. I'm here on behalf of everybody on the station. This is Commander Burrell. I say questionably because
You could
it's
colloquially
technically
now call her commander. It's not the
commander?
rank, but it's the
like
kind
calling
of...
somebody a captain when they're in control of the ship, right?
Yeah.
Of the Narendra station, and then I just kind of like take a step back, and Harvey, Lieutenant Harvey, also of the station, and then I step back so that Burrell kind of gets the hint that it's like official part done. You're up.
She sort of gives you a little wink as she comes by. Okay, we're here to offer assistance. And she ushers through like her, and she'll have like another little security guard with her just in case. She'll usher them through, and then the doctor and Harvey. She'll put her hand on Harvey's shoulder. This is my best engineer. He's going to get you up and running, and our doctor here will see to your wounded.
Thank you. This way. And she just says that to you, Harvey, really quick, really straightforward. This way, and she just sort of starts walking.
Boy, better follow. Start catching up to her.
She walks you through corridors and looking around. Yeah, this strikes you as very kind of like early but efficient Starfleet construction. Maybe you've seen this kind of thing from like visiting like Starfleet like museum.
Oh, he went to the museum.
He went to the museum.
He totally did.
Yeah, stuff like that. So there don't seem to be any kind of, really cool, like lots of panels along the corridor walls, stuff like that.
Do they have physical buttons? Like
yes.
Buttons.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I think for the joy of it, they have physical buttons, but they're like, they're like sleek. In a sense of giving you that kind of mechanical keyboard vibe too, where it's like it's really neat, really efficient. That's kind of everything about them is that.
May I make well Harvey's kind of like listening and getting brought through like the technical parts of the things. Can I make like a daring or insight and command or science, whatever you feel is right for this? Use like either my Xeno relations actually fits, I think, the focus best, and I want to try and get a vibe for how they interact with each other, because you can tell a lot by how somebody interacts with each other in an emergency based on what they're going to be like not in an emergency.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me find the thing. Okay.
I figured insight because I'm watching things, but daring could work because I don't know them. And then I figured command because it's kind of like a command thing, but science also.
I love it. No. I love the insight and command for sure.
The insight and command.
And those inner relations give me the.
Let's do that. Do we have? No, I'm going to leave momentum for Harvey because
there's 2 in the pool right now.
No, I'm just going to leave it. They'll need it more than this. Is just like to give flavor and maybe build momentum.
Yeah, for sure. 1 success.
One success.
With 1 success, you can tell that they are an enthusiastic and passionate people. but they embrace the efficiency of thought and operation. You can see there's like the atmosphere that you are observing and that you're a part of now in this ship. When you're aboard Federation or Starfleet vessels that run into things like this, you can like sense the panic. You can sense the fear in people. In a lot of the Akaru that are like fixing stuff, working on panels in the corridor, as you kind of, and you're not disturbed either. This is like weirdly like a bit like being on a Borg ship and being completely ignored.
So like very pragmatic, we have a problem, let's fix it.
There
like
is
the efficiency without like the ruthlessness, I guess, of it.
Without the ruthlessness, in fact, there is a sense of excitement, maybe?
Right.
A little bit. And when you see people collaborating, communication is quick, it's clear, and like the problem solving is top notch. Like,
okay, so I'm gonna kind of like just like in between beats of instructions from the the commander.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of like quietly whisper to Burrell and Harvey. Short, sweet, and to the point is your best way to go. No fluffy words. Gotcha. And then I just kind of like leave it at that and let. I'm trying to like be passive and in the background for this one and support the two of them because I'm there's a limit to my abilities to help in a situation like this. So yeah.
Actually, Burrell sort of like we're sorting out like engineering stuff with Harvey, but she'll come across the side to Oshram. If you can ascertain like how advanced they are, I mean, obviously they have space travel, but we don't want to obviously expose them to stuff they may not be ready for. So I don't know if you want to just chat with the captain, see what's going on, and then I'd like to have my first mission not, completely smashing the Prime Directive.
I'll do that, but I'll wait for the rest of this to happen. I am totally interrupted, and I just wanted to be sure that I set the scene for Harvey so that they could succeed too.
Right. Harvey, we're watching you. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. I'm just on an alien transport that I've never seen before, but I gotta
fix this alien ship that you've never seen before, Tom.
Yeah.
You have an engineering team with you. They are going to offer you some assistance in the way of a difficulty reduction. So you're looking for difficulty 1 to help coordinate repairs, patch the system well enough for the ship to make it wherever it needs to go.
Okay, well, it's going back to the station. One way or another, it's going back to the station.
Okay. You can use reason and engineering.
Reason and engineering. Okay.
Difficulty 1. There's 2 momentum in the pool if you wanted any extra dice.
Yeah, you know what? Let's see. I'll spend a 1 momentum to get an extra dice.
Throw one in? Yeah.
Yes, please, because we can hopefully get some more momentum from this and get it back. I mean, I've got to focus for kind of like repairs and stuff,
Absolutely.
Starship engines and stuff
like
that sort of.
Perfect.
Okay, let's give this a go.
4 successes gives you 3 points of momentum, getting you a total of 4 back in the pool. And
so,
you go for it, yeah.
So I was just going to say, obviously, Harvey's enjoying the buttons. But I think the thing that he's really enjoying is because obviously with Starfleet, a lot of things of repairs are done through consoles and stuff. They've made it so that if there's something wrong in something, you can rewrite it and things do it.
Yeah.
But this one is a lot more hands-on, and he likes the idea that you can get stuck into kind of like this underneath a console or in a kind of like removing like fuel rods or something like that, because it's a bit more basic. So anything he has a chance to do, where he can get his hands dirty, like back when he was in his childhood where he was working on freighters.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we probably get a classic like shot that is reminiscent of, someone kind of being pulled out from under a car after they've been underneath underneath it to try and fix it and stuff like that. So it's relatable to the audience, So there's kind of a eureka moment where things start powering up again, the engine starts whirring again. They've got this like warp core thing, like there's antimatter and matter injections, blah blah blah, and it's it's a very efficient design for like a little warp core, but it clearly can't match the kind of pace and speeds and power output that Starfleet can to date. But you managed.
So what, it goes to like warp 1 or 2?
It's like warp 3.
Okay.
Or 4 maximum. You think it
was
you
like
could get
NX style.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
NX level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think you could get it up to like, maybe a 5 at a
race.
push, but like if you wanted to, test its structural integrity. But like they've got a good cruising speed, and they're able to kind of they've made a good way out into from the Expanse out this far, because you are in effect on the edge of the Expanse from your perspective. But you patch the system well enough for the ship to start moving again, start traversing space again, to where it can get properly overhauled. As you'll note, the efficiency of the design and the system that helped the repairs go quite smoothly, actually. Tom, would you like to spend a point of momentum to obtain some information? Maybe.
Yeah, go on then. Why not?
You got quite a lot of momentum. I can give you a little bit of.
Let's spend some to get some information.
Let me get a bit of
So
information.
you know that question that Burrell wanted me to find out? You working on the mechanics of this could actually find that out far better than me talking to people. I'm just going to throw that out there as a possible gain information you could use.
So I want to give you this based on that spend. The Akaru power transfer relays seem to contain some small metallic connectors that have thin blue veins of energy pulsing between them.
Very similar to thin blue veins of energy from the planets and that thing.
This isn't the exact same design, and this isn't the exact same system, but the patterning seems to be similar.
Okay. Could I ask them about their homeworld? What's the name and the location of their homeworld? Just casually, like say like he's underneath the thing and he goes, oh, like I'm from, our homeworld is Earth, and describes Earth, and then he goes, well, where are you from and what's it like? And stuff like that, to see if I can find out where their homeworld is.
Yeah, and there's a young engineer there working with you, and they ask, is this relevant to the repair?
I mean, it could be. I mean, depending on where these materials come from, could change the composite of energy transfer.
We are from, we call our home planet Setu.
Setu.
It is the, I'm going to say 6th planet. I haven't looked at this in a little while.
Yeah.
We are from the planet, we call our home world Setu. And we also call our home system the Setu system. And they kind of give you this, but like in a much more, very direct, very efficient kind of manner.
Okay.
They actually, I think that their computer system is probably like quite kind of efficient too in that sense. So they pull up some information for you on a screen. That's like if you looked at the Wikipedia page for like Earth, like this is what you'd get, right? So
the coordinates.
There are no like spatial coordinates that you can recognize on this wiki page. No.
Okay, in that case, then
this is like Setu. Setu is a planet that's a billion years old, and blah blah blah, and just yeah.
Okay, so Harvey's gonna kind of like think. He goes, so if we were to try and set a course back to your home world, what would be the most quickest, efficient way to do it? Because I want to see if we can get this ship back home. You see.
Give me 1 second, and he like taps away at the thing, and then up comes literally like it's almost like he plots a course, like it plots a course, and I want you to make a test for me then. I want you to
Okay.
make a con test for me.
All right.
It's gonna be good, like,
I'm
this is gonna be
trying
like
to-
reason. I think it's gonna be reason and con.
On reason, because
Yeah.
I'm trying to calculate because I know our location this present moment because I flew us there. And then I'm
you're
gonna
trying to
try
make
and
sense of their telemetry.
Yes,
And
that's
see
it,
if you
yeah.
recognize the stars, basically, in the Expanse.
Would helm operations focus come into this, or is that more actually
like
doing it?
astrogation. Astrogation would be the
Yeah.
focus, like, here, really.
Don't have anything like that.
No.
Okay, no focus. I'll blow another momentum to
Okay.
get a third.
Cool.
I would like to know where they're from. Like, I got one with a complication.
A complication. Okay, I'll take the threat for that complication.
Okay. Thank God I took that third dice.
Okay, with one success, you can recognize that they are pretty deep within the Expanse, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of off the way from how far the Federation's been able to explore so far.
Okay, so just out of the way the Federation has explored so far. So they're not like, I don't know that there are any kind of records of that system being explored or any ship activity. Okay,
No, they haven't been. They haven't been like scanned.
but they
yet.
are
They haven't
in
been
the
surveyed
Expanse.
yet. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're in the Expanse. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Okay, I would like to ask, how many questions do I have? I've asked. Pretty much.
So now, so
Three,
you can.
maybe.
Yeah, you've got 2 momentum, so you could ask a couple more questions if you wanted to spend that.
Can I would rather do a test to estimate their technological level, just to confirm. Now, I kind of already know it's kind of like NX kind of level, but does Harvey know that? You know what I mean? So is there a way that I could get like more specific for Burrell? Because she wanted to know specifically how advanced this species is. Could I do an engineering to kind of...
Yeah, absolutely.
To kind of get a more
engineering,
accurate.
Yeah, engineering and reason, I think.
Engineering reason? Okay. 2 with a complication. Okay. I critted with a complication.
Oh my god, okay. Good one, random number generator.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Sorry, what was your question? How technologically advanced they are?
Yeah, how technologically advanced are they? Have they literally just kind of... Well, they wouldn't have literally just discovered warp drive, you know, because...
No, this isn't like the first vessel out. No. This looks like the design's been iterated on a few times, for sure.
Okay, so this may not be their only ship.
May not be their only ship. And the power systems, in a strange way, seem more advanced, more streamlined.
More efficient.
Yeah, than Starfleet's are.
Wow. Holy crap.
But they're like computing, their comms.
So you would say they're like a few hundred years from Starfleet with everything else apart from energy transference, which they would be more advanced than Starfleet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That gives me a good baseline. Me a good baseline.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's pretty much what to do, really, on the engineering side of things.
Cool. What else were we looking to find out? I know Tim stepped out, but Susie, what was
Well,
we were trying to figure out how advanced they were as a sort of like people, but now that we have seen this wibbly blue nonsense, we should dig into that and where they've found that
Oh, I've got another question.
Hmm.
Did I discover the cause of the damage? Was it just
Oh,
the
yeah.
expanse being the expanse?
It was the
Or-
expanse being the expanse, yeah,
Okay.
gravitational.
As long as they weren't
any-
attacked or,
No, no.
Okay.
It doesn't show any kind of signs of attack.
Okay, cool.
It's it's just stress to the ship due to the gravitational.
Didn't want to be
anomaly.
like get into one of those episodes where they're like got a major civil war in the system. Like we've all seen those Star Trek episodes where they in contact with a civil war or something like that.
Yeah, but after a few hours of shared effort, the Starwood is ready to get underway. Commander Mounty approaches you, Burrell, and says, in a strange way, this has brought one of our mission objectives to a completion, in that we are looking for any other signs of advanced civilization, spacefaring civilizations, and this accident, as much as it has found you. And so I would invite yourself, the ambassador, and your technical crew here to Setu to join us and to introduce you to us and introduce you to our leadership.
It's that moment like Burrell like looks at Harvey, her eyes widen a little bit. All right. Well, I'll have to head back to my station after we've got you up and running. Just check in, drop off supplies, but we'd be happy to take you up on that offer.
Very well. Let me know as soon as you do.
All right.
Yeah, and if you were to return to the Admiral, then she'd be like, they want to do it right now? Yep, absolutely. Like, go and
Starfleet, innit?
go and find them out. Like, if they're that into first contact, let's go and find out a bit more about them. And like, do you drop the little, the tech looks a bit like the other thing?
I think with Admiral Hebert, yes, because there's been that whole.
I mean, Harvey's going
nonsense.
to write a report and he's going to put it in the report.
Oh, Harvey, no.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
put it
but
in-
Harvey would.
I'll kill you.
Sorry, but Harvey would.
No, the Badmiral. Okay, so yeah,
Because he'll say that could potentially be similar to, a previously. Yeah, he would. He's not even thinking.
Okay.
He's just.
I swear to God.
Okay.
Yep.
And yeah, so if you mention that to her as well, she's like doubly enthusiastic to be like, yeah, we need to look into that as well, for sure. Yeah, I mean, take a runabout, or go like on their ship.
Harvey would like to go on their ship so he can look around more at the engine and everything.
I mean, I would take a runabout as well.
Yes.
because
Oh,
then
yeah,
you can like
for sure.
get
We
can-
home.
Yeah,
can
yeah,
leave.
but he would ask if he could share, I mean, how often, when's he ever going to get an actual working kind of just, so he's kind of like in nerd mode of trying to see everything and see how it works and he's interested in that energy transfer thing. He wants to know.
Okay.
So he's there to kind of just like, he just wants to learn how they do things and yeah.
Okay.
Don't put away that dress uniform. We're gonna need it.
Oh no.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, okay, so you get changed, you prep. The Zambezi heads back out, gets you to the ship. Matching their velocity, you spend upwards of a week escorting Commander Mounty and her crew to Setu. During that journey, Harvey, you're able to assist with some repairs. Dock and head back to each vessel as you need to. Burrell, the commander, extends you the courtesy of kind of eating with them, socializing them a little bit, in a real spirit of a kind of newly formed friendship, in this kind of like first contact thing.
I like the imagine like we do a little cultural exchange. Like Starfleet's up on the like cultural exchange stuff, so Burrell's gonna bring some gach for dinner and be like, "This is from my homeworld. Enjoy."
And there's like a good mixed response about the Gach, and like a couple of people are like, "Oh, okay, no, I really like this," and a lot of people are just like,
It's wriggling.
It's good. You want it to wriggle as it goes down.
yeah. Then finally, after that week, your vessels break out of. Where's my sound effects? Break out of warp into the Setu system. Before you see a lush M-class planet with expansive oceans and 2 large continents. Sensors aboard the runabout indicate that Setu is a robust industrial world with 1 large shipyard in orbit and a spaceport located on the southern continent. Commander Mouty informs you that your team can head down to the planet's surface and provides coordinates to an exterior plaza of Palace Grounds, which is their like seat of a like united government.
Interesting. Harvey goes to Burrell. Should we blow their minds and transport down?
No, we should not, Harvey.
That she indicates that these palace grounds, they're of a single ruler, the Iryax Nedaon. And you get a sense from the kind of week that you're culturally exchanging these things, that the Iryax is a title, and kind of a name sometimes at the same time, and is, I guess, in a sense, worshipped a bit like a guru would be, maybe, or a spiritual leader as well as the leader of government. You also come to understand that it is quite autocratic in that way, that there is a single leader, and you're getting the vibes of like the leader knows a bit more than most of the other Akaru do. But yeah, so you want to take the runabout down to the surface. Cool, not a problem at all. Yeah, and so Commander Mouty and crew land on the planet's surface as well. They don't transport down. They don't have transporters from anything that you've seen so far.
How funny would it be if they did? They just weren't using them like us because they weren't sure if we had them.
Yeah, imagine that double.
So we're both like,
how much do you wanna know? Yeah, absolutely. Do you want a little scan of the place, or you just want to head straight down?
Yeah, let's have a little security scan.
All right, a little security
quite
scan.
Security minded.
Burrell, give me a reason and science task with a difficulty of 0.
Okay.
And Harvey, the runabout's going to assist with sensors and science.
Okay. Runabout.
Nope.
All right, well, there's no successes.
Sensors. Science. Why is the runabout science 0? That sucks.
Because it's a runabout.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, it succeeded!
So Burrell needs successes in order for the ship to actually count towards those successes. But I'm going to let you succeed with cost. I'm going to put in a point of threat here.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels weird not to have you with double-digit threat anyway. So
I know it is weird.
No, just letting it lie at the moment. So generally speaking, this looks like a normal planet. There's fairly heavily populated sections. The cities are quite densely packed, but they don't come across as like overpopulated or like haphazardly put together. And including the Star Ward, there seem to be, based on scans, 6 space-worthy frigates. It's kind of scale 3 kind of size, you know, like Defiant kind of size. They're not too big. And there are a couple more frigates in some stages of construction as well, in that like spaceport situation. Is there anything else you would like to know? Do you want to spend any momentum to ask any questions specifically about the planet, about them?
I would like to know what the like military strength is like. Do they have freaking nukes under the palace? You know, if they got like big weapons that can destroy everything? You know, that's what Burrell's like.
Take on the entire planet.
If we try and leave, are we just gonna get obliterated?
Yeah. Maybe. I think, do I have one of their ships on my thing? I do, yes. Okay, so the frigates. Okay. They have some very explosive torpedoes.
They have nukes.
They're better than nukes. Even photon torpedoes are better than nukes, I think, based on
I think
Starfleet lore and stuff, Star Trek lore. You would, or like, you know, the game system would categorize their energy weapons as like disruptor arrays. So you have phaser arrays, which are like the strips that can fire like multiple shots at once and that kind of thing. Phaser banks. That's like, you know, in the old school TOS where it's like the little dome and it fires like two things. Yeah. It's like, that's like a phaser bank. And then a cannon is like what you get on a bird of prey, right? So these are like arrays. So they are arranged in that kind of configuration, but they're disruptor based. They're not phaser based. But yeah, even you think, you know, a bit of a scan of their like torpedo things that like, you know, they even possibly outmatch the kind of photon torpedo.
Really?
Yield. Yeah.
Well, are we talking quantum then level?
That kind of level.
Jesus.
That is some serious firepower for...
Also, quantum torpedoes as well haven't been around for that long. They got invented to try and counter the Borg, and like they've only just been kind of starting to being put into service. I don't think any of the ships even have them in the Expanse for the Federation. No. So like they're like, yeah, they're pretty beefy, but in terms of like the scale of the frigates, like they can't obviously maintain the yield of torpedoes or phaser banks that say the Venture would.
Got yeah.
So the Venture,
it's like a kind of everything at once.
Yeah, your ships absolutely outclass them, outgun them. But like, pound for pound, like the Akaru are kind of on it.
Okay.
Bit of an accelerated journey, if you will.
Interesting.
There's a few types of phrases you've been using this evening, Samantha, that cause some concern.
You know, is this like, you know, I've just got this kind of feeling that this civilization has got to this level of technology super fast, like within the last 100 years. They just went straight up.
Watch we get to this like this ruler's chair and it's like Kirk or some nonsense and he's just sawed him out.
Those episodes. Oh, fuck yeah.
You're like, oh.
Ugh, Kirk's here.
Said everyone ever.
Okay, so that's
all right.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. Do you want a truthful answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to spend a point of momentum then.
What if I give you a threat instead?
No, obtain information's not a spend that you can use threat for, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's okay. I'll be all right then.
You don't want to?
Nope.
Oh, Tom.
Don't want to. That's a good question. Nope.
Drive it like you stole it. Come on, Tom.
Oh,
these points don't stick around.
It's
we can
really
give a
not.
threat later on.
It's really not that important. It was more flavorful. Like
Susie,
I just wanted to know
spend
if
it for him.
Yeah, I'll spend it for Tom. Tom, what's your question?
I'm doing
I just
it.
wanted to know if the planet was like unified, like it was all one unified, or there are different countries that
Politically?
oppose politically.
Yeah, a unified peoples under one ruler.
That's basically.
It's
I didn't, like I said, the Civil War angle. You don't want to go into that.
No, the Iryax, Nedaon, Nedaon. Oh my god, Nedaon. I'm going to do Nedaon. Let's do that.
Nedaon.
Let's go with that one.
Ned. Ned's
Hey,
the
Ned.
ruler.
Ned.
No,
Ned. Big Ned.
big Ned. The Iryax is their ruler, kind of spiritual but also political ruler.
Okay.
Okay. How would you like to compose yourselves? Present yourselves as you go into this Grand Palace.
Okay, well, we've lost Tim. But we'll have Oshron.
Oshron is
We'll have
as
Oshron.
buoyant as ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in dress uniform. No arguments. Suck it in. Put a garter, like a garter belt on.
A girdle on.
Get a Kirk garter belt, will strap you in.
Yeah.
I'll just replicate a new one. Anyway, either way, all Starfleet are in dress uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I think we probably shouldn't carry weapons to go meet the ruler. That's probably not a great image, right? No, and we're wearing dress uniforms. You can't exactly strap
You could
a
have
phaser
some
to that.
you could have a couple of security officers up to the doors, and then all the security guards hang out together outside the palace situation.
They're all
Okay.
sitting around smoking, talking shit about the higher ups.
Yeah.
Universal. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have a little complement of security boys, but for the sake of it being Star Trek and the Maximum TV show, it's me, Harvey, and Oshron that go in there, even though Harvey's a junior grade lieutenant.
I don't know why Harvey still goes to all these things, but sure, why not?
Because you're the second highest ranking person on this ship after me, probably.
Main character energy. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like when
It's a bunch,
Ensign
you and a
Kim
bunch of ensigns.
went everywhere, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah. Look, you were cast. Main character. You're in. Okay. Commander Mouty and her senior officers wait for you in a wide, tiled plaza ringed in tall pillars. Each pillar is covered in finely detailed glyphs and iconography. It's clear you're in a section of a much larger complex of buildings and pillared halls and courtyards. On the warm breeze, you catch a whiff of pungent incense and hear faint chimes, such as bells or small cymbals. The overall impression is that this may be a religious facility, mainly. Mouty smiles and offers both hands in a greeting, welcoming welcome to Setu, my friends. Akaru Chiel has prepared a welcoming space for you. And Mouty leads you into a large open entrance to the palace and turns left down a wide corridor that provides a welcome break for the heat outside. And she leads you into a square courtyard that has a small pool of water in the center. Blue flowers float in the slowly circulating water. Many thick cushions, embroidered with extreme care, are scattered around the courtyard. And Mouty invites you to a cluster of cushions and takes a seat along with her senior officers. Okay. Various small serving robots appear, floating on anti-grav units, serving small bites and drinks of various hues in clear glasses. Mouty is the first to raise her glass to the group. I thank you for your help repairing the Star Ward, and may this go towards further friendship and understanding between our two peoples.
New friends.
And then they all drink. You have an opportunity to relax in the tranquil atmosphere and ask her and her crew any questions.
I like to imagine that Burrell is sitting like someone who's never sat in a beanbag chair in her life. So she's like really quite awkward, like her knees are very like 90-degree angles, and like she's like she doesn't know how to get comfy on like a big cushion chair.
that's fair.
And she like awkwardly like picks up a little like canapé off one of these robots that's coming past.
Yeah.
And she's like,
again, these little robots are very efficiently designed. They are perfect for the job, the role that they've been given. And you can't really actually tell from looking at them like how they're like staying up. Like there's an anti-gravity situation kind of going on, but even the Federation, like you can kind of like see the strings, but this just like floats perfectly around to exactly where it needs to be in the social situation.
Do I see any thin blue? I'm through it.
Right, you want to make me a reason and engineering task then,
Yeah.
please.
I want to
Difficulty is going to be
see.
1.
Right. I want to see if, essentially, I want to see if this civilization has taken that technology that we've seen on other planets and essentially adapted it to their own. Because for me, that would indicate that there is a city or, you know, an ancient thing that race did, that civilization did come onto this planet at some point, and they might have found that and developed from that.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm going for. So what was it? Sorry?
Reason and engineering.
Reason and engineering.
Difficulty
Okay.
1.
Difficulty 1. Here we go. 2 crits.
Oh.
I rolled a double 1. God damn.
This roll 20. Roll 20.
Thank you.
What is going on? So 3 momentum gives you 4 in the pool now. Okay. They use an anti-gravity technology and a compact power generator that I like to think, if I may, and it's not a success at cost, like I'm not introducing a complication here, but you're going to whip out your tricorder just down by your hip a little bit and a little scan. And it, you know, that scan reveals what you recognize to be trace telecal influences.
Okay.
And this does indeed, like the power system inside of these things also matches the Star Wars power transfer relays that you'd seen earlier.
So I could quite easily jump to the conclusion that this used to be a Telekay planet, and this civilization essentially then, I don't know, evolved on it, or basically just found the technology and have used it.
Yeah, there's some elements of telecal technology.
Okay. I will inform Burrell in a subtle way.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Burrell, it's the tricorder.
Hey, look, here's my tricorder.
No, it would be a lot more subtle than that. But okay, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just kind of like vibe a little bit and relax a bit, and then I think Burrell would ask little bits of questions, you know, about like, this is a really beautiful building, you know, how long has it been here? Is this like ancient that you maintain, or, you know, is this a recent building kind of thing? You know, do you have much, like, back on Earth where my father's from, we have tons of ancient things, blah, blah, you know what I mean? She's doing that, trying to.
We want to know how old your civilization is. Tell us.
This, oh god, I'm trying to find the actual like proper information here.
Yep.
Want
to know like what they like in what their music is like. I want a full cultural debrief.
Yeah.
I want to know the most prominent artists. I want to know
who's in.
What are the kids listening to?
Yeah.
What's their version of Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's important.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's
absolutely.
Really important. You know. Do they have the internet? Whose version of the internet? Is it full of porn like ours?
Oh my god.
You know.
Oh. Which sites I know how to avoid them.
yeah, totally. Just what are those sites so I can avoid them? What are they?
Bit weird. That's like a little bit culture.
Excuse me.
Leaves. Yeah, the oh wow. Yeah, she says this is these halls, these temples, spread across almost 50 kilometers, and are fully contained within our capital now, Pero. While it's recorded in our history that ancient Akaru found the complex, we dedicated it and purposed it for keeping our history, our way of life, and of course the leadership of the Iryax. Although it is rumored that some of the older sections have been lost still, and might even house an older evolutionary branch, perhaps, of the Akaru, or something similar. We don't all prescribe to those thoughts, beliefs. The more devout of us to the Iryax there are, the more they're dismissed. But some scientific minds are interested in looking into such things. But such talk really is quite often dismissed as unreliable translations of historical documents or near indecipherable runes. It all depends on the Akarubak's interest in these things. Many scholars have come and gone, and many of them try to decipher such origins.
This might sound like a stupid question. How many of your leaders have you had? Countries again back on Earth have had hundreds of kings and queens and prime ministers and presidents that have come and gone.
The Iryax Ndeon is Ndeon the Ageless. They have been our leader for all of our known history.
Could I, on my tricorder, could I have the runabout scan the planet for life forms and see if there are any different life forms separate from the natives? Like, obviously, we're going to pop up as separate life forms. I want to know if there's one in particular life form that might be of a different, biological composition to the rest of the planet.
Do you want to try and do this, like, without being noticed? Or are you just whipping your tricorder out?
He would whip his tricorder out, but mimic like he might be scanning the wall, but realistically he's doing the scan. So he is hiding it, but hiding it in plain sight, if you get what I mean.
Okay, sure. I'm going to spend 2 threat to make this a little bit more difficult for you. And so it's going to be difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Okay, right. So
you
science.
got 4 momentum in the pool.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting another.
Yeah, it's going to be science and reason or insight.
Can I go daring?
Yeah.
Because it's like
jump to conclusions. No, I like it. That's cool. Yeah.
I wish I had a focus in this, but I don't. 3 dice.
Just realised I should have changed the ambience to, like, I don't know.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna use my determination because I've got an exo who can give it to me back.
Yeah.
With 3 threat.
Okay.
I mean, we need to get you into.
To be fair.
Yeah, we need to get you into triple figures. So, come on, it's weird not having double figure threat.
Do triple figure threat would.
Yeah, that'd be weird. No,
Okay.
I'm going to use my determination. This might be absolute bogus and nonsense, but Harvey's got a hunch, and he's going with it. So I've got the crit, so that's 2 already. Got 3 there, so that's 5.
What not ideal. What drive are you using? What
value.
Value, thank you. Every word but value crossed my mind when I was trying to think of value.
Oh shoot, yeah, of course you need a value, don't you? I completely forgot about that. Balls. You're right.
That's not a value.
It's not.
I don't think I have a value.
To some it is.
Really...
It's not a Star Trek value, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that's close is they don't teach this in the academy, and that's kind of...
It's subterfuge.
Yeah. I don't think I have it.
You've got to use a value, otherwise you can't use determination.
I guess... Shit. I guess I don't use the determination then.
Okay. So is that you? And you spent a momentum to roll 3?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, so we'll keep that roll. So
Okay.
that is.
I completely forgot about the value. To get the value.
Yeah, you need the value. You need to use the value. You need to cite a value. So with 3 successes, you do pass the test.
Okay.
And you detect one other life form in one other different life form in this complex of, so it's not even like you've got to start scanning the planet or anything.
Yeah.
And you managed to not kind of raise suspicion. You're not aware of raising any suspicion.
It didn't tell me what the life form was, right? It's not in any of the data banks that we know, like species data banks, what it could be.
You are looking for that and you were interrupted by a tall for Akaru woman dressed in a flowing cobalt blue robe embroidered in silver.
Ooh.
And she sweeps into the courtyard, followed by a pair of aides carrying data pads. They look like data pads to you.
One after my own heart.
Yeah. She spreads out her arms in a welcoming gesture. She says, "Welcome to Setu, and to the Yuin Ka, the center of our government and the residence of our ruler, Iryax and Aeon the Ageless. I am Akaru Chiel, governor of this province and your host. What are your names, please?"
Burrell.
I'm Harvey.
Welcome. And you kind of, initiate first contact procedures. How did you find your landing and your approach to Setu?
We had a very pleasant journey, actually. It was very pleasant to exchange culture with each other, learn a bit about more each other.
The commander made me aware of your arrival, but only a few days. She gives a little bit of a not long enough kind of look back to the commander. But she says, "I understand the precaution. Did your scans of the surface, maybe our vessels, tell you everything you needed to know about our people?"
Burrell does that sort of like that classic Trek, like, "Oh, I've been busted," little wry smile. She says, "I do apologize if we cause any offense. It's just standard Starfleet procedure."
Of course. Your Starfleet is why you're out in space?
Yes. We are members of Starfleet, which is an organization about bringing peoples together across all of space.
The commander mentioned to me in her report that you are a federation of peoples of many different planets.
Starfleet is a branch of the United Federation of Planets, yes.
Yep. Me and Burrell, we were born on different planets.
You are different species.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Half, kind of.
Half, yes.
Can that happen?
Yes. Harvey here is
most of the
fully
time.
human, and I am. My mother was Klingon, and my father is human.
She kind of recoils a little bit at hearing Klingon as the name. But she says, "It is interesting to know that aliens can procreate."
I think it depends. I mean, some can. I don't think all. It depends on biology, and I'm really a doctor, so.
Very well.
Not going to be a Riker moment, is it?
No.
And how many species are in this federation?
Oh, there are.
Yeah,
Canon number.
Insert canon species. Gotta be like. I don't
it's got to be
actually know.
like 100, couple of hundred, I think.
Yeah, easy.
That
Yeah.
kind of
Right,
thing.
easy.
There's a bunch of different ones and stuff.
Yeah.
How much do you want to let up on like kind of like, you know, the different species of like colonized space as well? It's not just that you're from one planet and another. It's like, because there's a bunch of human Federation colonies, there's a bunch of just Federation colonies where a bunch of species live together. Yeah, they're kind of like really out in the stars. How much do you want to let on that basically Setu is like one little baby planet, and like, because you could see how coming across as like we're part of this big federation, like, you know, we're basically like we're here to just kind of like suck you up and make you join us kind of situation.
I will give the proper like Starfleet PR response of like, you know, we're a big collective of peoples all joined together.
Primary drive is exploration.
Yeah,
we're here to make friends, but not force anyone to join. And all that kind of stuff.
That people who join willingly do it.
The PR
we're doing this shove all the like colonialism like under the beige carpet, you know, like don't look at all the colonies.
Under the Enterprise carpet. Yeah. Okay. I'd love you to roll for me then a presence and command.
Thank God.
If Oshron was truly, Oshron can assist. He'll give you it'll lower the difficulty by 1 by just kind of
this
being
is Oshron
here.
Territory.
So this is going to be difficulty 1 for the PR. You're still muted.
Susie.
I mean, the bloke's bright blue. Like, he's obviously not one of us.
Yeah. Well, mind you, you've got the Klingon ridges.
Your ridges and stuff. Yeah.
All right, Oshron's assisting. Okay. I feel like this is kind of important, so we don't look like we're a warmongering force. So I'm gonna buy a die with our momentum. So I'm rolling 3.
Okay.
2 successes.
Lovely.
Good job, you're Starfleet now and not just loaned over from the Klingon Defense Force.
We're here to conquer you.
We're here to conquer you
now. Lovely. With 2 successes, that gives you your momentum back, actually. There. So I'll just change that right back. And the Araku... What did I say? Akaru something. They're like a level of Akaru in the pyramid scheme. That was my impulsive thought there, being let out. Akaru back, is what she's been referred to as, and she's like she seems to kind of calm down and like take the the PR response in good faith and stuff. She kind of like, that vacant look people can get sometimes, maybe when they're lost in thought or they're daydreaming or something. She kind of just has that for a second. And then she says, I did not anticipate this, but it is my understanding that the Iryax would see you now.
We'd be honored.
Please, if you'd follow me.
All right.
Akaru back Shell, let's see here, takes you through to another section of the palace, heavy with incense and deep drum beats. You're brought to a wide audience chamber lined with empty wooden benches. And on a raised dais at the far end of the chamber stands a tall wooden throne, elegantly carved and burnished to a bright sheen. Sitting in the throne is a long, lean alien who bears a clear resemblance to Assessor Tredick that you met on another planet not too long ago. Although they're dressed in long, flowing cobalt blue robes with gold embroidery. Akaru Shell introduces each of you to the Iryax by your rank and your name. And upon a gesture from the Iryax, Chiel then encourages you to sit on the front row of a section of wooden seats facing the Iryax. What would you like to do?
Hop a squat.
Yeah.
Okay. Chiel then moves to the back of the chamber, watching attentively.
I have a question.
Oh, yeah?
Because I don't know if you remember.
You got a little dude in your brain?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that
still there?
Is that doing anything, or does he sleep?
He sleeps. He sleeps. Do you? Yeah. Like, do you want him to do something? Do you want him to like give you a little?
If he
insight into
recognizes this person,
Okay.
that would be
Yeah.
very nice.
Roll me insight and science.
Oh, okay. Hey, you know that momentum you just put back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it.
You're gonna use it. Okay.
Oh, 2 successes. Put it back.
Okay. With those 2 successes, I basically put those into the momentum pool for you to ask questions of, and I'm sure you wrote his name down in your little character sheet.
We did. It's
Oh my god, Turlonumenian.
Turlonumian Adari.
Yeah, Adari is like, that's word for spirit, so that's like
Oh.
Yeah, so he is Turlonumian. He is whatever you say that word is. Turlonumian.
So T, we need some information.
Yo, T.
Big T, what's
The
that?
spirit of Big T is in your head. Yeah, you have 4 momentum right now
Boy.
to ask me some questions about what he might know about this.
Does he recognize this
Yeah,
person in front of
absolutely. You sense him kind of say to you, this is an assessor. They're here to look after our physical forms. So that's your first question.
Second question. Wait, do we know what the aliens that are in stasis look like physically look like? Did we see them?
Yeah, we did.
You've never physically seen the aliens in the stasis pods, but when you've gone into, the whatever the dream realm is, the other dimension, the Tilakal have appeared to you in that like tall, elegant like form, right? Humanoid form.
Oh yeah. Okay. They don't look like these guys, just taller.
No.
All right then.
I don't think they do. Maybe
okay. As long as I don't, as long as Harvey doesn't think they do, that's important. Okay.
I know. I don't think so. Let me have a look at what they, because I've got some artwork. Let me have a look at what they.
I just wanted to make sure that these people.
No, there is a different.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there is a different.
That's good. Okay.
Okay, so I've definitely slept since we visited the Shadow Realm and the Tilakal people.
Yeah.
But did they I'm trying to remember if they told us about like other colonies, other like pods of them that were elsewhere, like
There were
spread
like
out
a
into the world.
bunch.
Yeah.
There were like
Yeah.
a whole
It was like a
bunch.
civilization, wasn't it? Like a
Yeah.
galactic
Yeah,
civilization.
yeah.
And did they tell us why that happened?
Ambassador Tredick, when he was like moving the planets with the technology and the mines doodads, when the planets were crashing into each other, like not he, but like what was happening was the planets were like popping into the same solar system. And he said something along the lines of like, I can't save them all, but you know, help me or whatever. And it was like it was a call for help.
Okay. This is awkward now because there's like an entire civilization of people on top of these sleeping aliens. Oh God!
Welcome to Star Trek.
Yeah. Now what the hell do we do?
What do we do? Because we did say we would help them.
Need help?
Hmm?
Do they need help at this
The
present moment?
Tilical, yeah, they're all sleeping, and they want to not be sleeping.
I'm getting strong Necron vibes at the moment. Like this is a tomb world that's about to wake up.
Oh God. We have more questions though, Tom. We have more questions.
Okay. I mean, why isn't he looking after the? Why? You know, what possible reason? Because I'm assuming these assessors were specifically, I don't know if they were designed or thing, but they're there to look after them. At what point? Is this a rogue assessor? Has this thing gone rogue?
So this assessor, the Iryax, looks at you, and with a kind of quiet, tired contemplation, they ask you, verbally, after greeting you, where do you come from? You all seem to be different species.
Abby goes to Burrell. I think we need the Federation spiel again.
From a federation of planets all bound together with one great ideal of exploration and joint harmony in space. The PR spiel. I'm trying. Like Burrell obviously is giving it more effort than I am, and she knows what to say.
Yeah.
But yes.
The Iryax is very much kind of like starts to be quite inquisitive about whether you pose a threat to the Akaru or to Setu itself. We have had mixed encounters and relations with Offworlders. As the Iryax, I am worshipped, but I am their protector.
Do you know what other Offworlders came before us? What they looked like?
They fix their eyes on Burrell and say, they looked like you.
Of course they did.
Only more angry.
Yeah.
I do not sense much anger in you.
Much.
Got me on a good day.
It's improvement.
Shut up.
Okay. I mean, there are other, I suppose, less friendly species out there. I suppose it's not a. It can be a dangerous place. The galaxy. So not all other worlders are the Federation's friends too. But I guess we try our best to understand and reach out to all peoples of different cultures and creeds. I suppose that's the Federation's goal, to live in peace.
We reach our hands out in friendship before we ever raise it in anger.
Would you have opportunities for the Akaru? Perhaps a sharing of resources, knowledge.
Well, I think
Cooperation.
that's more for a diplomatic team. But I guess we have in the past shared culture and sciences and medicine and other things like that.
Very well. And they seem to kind of drift off a little bit. Like their eyes don't close. Like they just kind of seem to drift a little bit.
Sidebar. 1 second.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Sam.
yeah.
Tom, do we mention that we have met an assessor before?
Maybe I was thinking that. I was thinking something along the lines of, you're different from everyone else here. You look very similar to someone we've already seen.
I'll let you. Go on. Go on, Harvey.
Because
Go on, Harv.
Harvey would do that because he's put his foot in his mouth all the time. And you go, I hope I don't mean to cause offense, but you seem quite different to everyone else here. And you're not the first of your kind that we've met. Do you know that there are other of you out there?
And from drifting and kind of that little, like, 1,000-yard kind of stare, she fixes her gaze on you, and it's a steely look that, like, reaches into you, like, almost psychologically, maybe even telepathically or empathically. The Akaru are my children. I have always been here. I am Nadeon, the Ageless. And I will be here to guide Setu and the Akaru people for as long as they live in this galaxy.
Yeah, that's yeah, and it is just the Akaru people you look over, isn't it? This planet.
Yes.
No, can I be paying very close attention to their answers, see if they're lying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope you're good at insight.
This is where I'm gonna drop 3 threat on
Here we go.
I'm
test.
telling you, the Necrons now.
I'm gonna spend 3 threat to invoke a value.
Oh.
So I'm gonna get 2 successes on top of what I'm gonna roll here, and she's gonna press that she is the only Iryax. She's always ever been the only Iryax, and that's what she uses. That's the words that she uses.
Okay.
And she says, "My children's future are in the stars, and I must endure long enough." And like as spacey as she is, like this is clearly kind of like you're pushing on something here.
We're hitting a nerve.
That's it. You're hitting a nerve.
I say
here.
we keep hitting the nerve.
Oof.
We just keep going for it.
Yeah. And then
If she doesn't scare me into silence.
Presence and command, I guess.
Okay.
So she's going to get 2 successes on top of whatever I roll here. And then this is going to be your difficulty,
yeah.
Burrell, for the insight.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Luminaire, come on. Use the momentum.
Yeah. So 3 momentum's gonna buy me how many die? Brain
2 more.
no work. Brain 2 more. Okay. I'll give you some threat to buy a 5th.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So dropping that down to 0. And then there's 3 more threat to buy a 5th. Total of
Double
6.
digits.
Total of 6. Kind of momentum spent there on that. All right, so we're down to 0 momentum, 7 threat.
All right,
7
here we
threat.
go.
Okay. I'm gonna roll insight and security for this because she's doing the
Yeah.
sussing out.
Love that.
All right. Oh my god. Never mind.
Jeez.
Thanks, roll 20.
Hang on. Can I use a determination to re-roll though? Can you use determination?
You can use determination to re-roll. What value would you like to use?
I'm just saying that Burrell's still got determination.
You still have. Yeah, you still do have it.
Yeah, my values. I have violence is not always the answer. Always in brackets. Part of the machine. The way forward is paved with the bones of the fallen and spit and tape. I don't think any of those apply.
Spit and tape.
I don't think any of those apply.
Bugger. We're not diplomats. This is the
No!
problem.
Okay.
I punch stuff and give orders, Tom. That's what I do.
It. Don't talk. Okay. All right.
Bugger.
So you do not glean any like insightful information about kind of like what they're trying to if they're trying to cover up anything, or if they truly believe what they're saying in some fashion, maybe because of this supposed long, age that they've got. Or
Yeah, they might have gone off the deep end.
Yeah, if they're going off the deep
be...
end, or if they're like, this is something that they truly believe, you just cannot quite get that from what they're saying. But yeah, like, Tom, you've mentioned a few options. Like, there's definitely things going on here that there could be just a bunch of different things. Commander, on your comm badge, you get a chirp.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello, Burrell.
Zambezi to Commander Burrell.
Burrell here.
Commander, we've seemed to receive I wanted to alert you to a sudden burst of tetrion particles and EM radiation near the planet. I just wanted to check if you were okay, or if you needed some kind of evacuation.
So what would tetrion particles and radiation like trigger in Burrell's mind when she thinks of this? Like, is this like an immediate warning?
It's very dangerous.
Red flag.
Yeah. It's strangely calm, but after a few seconds, and you can hear some little computer chirps in the background from the con officer. She says to you, the energy seemed to be directed to one of, or was funneled somehow maybe into a point at one of Setu's larger oceans. I'm registering I think there's likely to be a tsunami, and it carrying radiation with it on the east coast of the continent that you're on. Distance from that coastline to you is 100 kilometers or so. You should be fine, but I just thought I'd give you a heads up.
Thank you. Hold for emergency transport just in case.
Tsunamis common? Like these type of tsunamis common? He will ask. Harvey will ask. Even not necessarily thinking about whoever's nearby.
The Akaru buck, Chiel, who's been like guiding you here, has been kind of watching and listening your conversation, and she is just like, it's not quite, world shattering yet, but she's on the edge of something, and she's just like, no. The last recorded tsunami was about 30 years ago. On the, just like northwest continent, like blah, 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 like away from here.
Burrell turns to and says, have you got the ability to put out an emergency evacuation order for that coastline?
Yes, we will put something through now.
Burrell will look at Harvey will look at Burrell and then look at the thingy on the chair.
I think Burrell's going to very quietly do the little turn to talk to Harvey.
Yep.
Very quietly. I think for the time being, we offer the hand of the Federation in friendship. Keep open a channel to communicate with these people. And then maybe investigate this a little bit more, because clearly that's an assessor and
Maybe
as Akaru back. Oh, gone. Sorry, Tom.
If they got a little upset and caused a tsunami, then maybe.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Push it.
You know that fake grin? Just horrible, like.
So yeah,
Okay.
I forget the names. It's so difficult for my brain to remember. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. So Chiel, who's those religious kind of subordinate, who's been bringing you around and guiding you through the palace, while she's been tapping away on a pad and getting that alert out to the coastline and stuff like that, she then approaches the Iryax with a data pad and has a quiet conversation. A few seconds or so later, you're getting another pip on your communicator, again from the Zambezi. Commander, I've just been alerted from the Bellerophon. Actually, they're a couple of dozen light years out, but there seems to be chatter from the fleet and from the station as well. Federation comm lines indicate several similar subspace bursts detected across the Expanse.
Across the Expanse?
Across the Expanse. Maybe these are bursts of something. I'm not quite sure.
And I'm gonna give Harvey a look like.
Could you ask?
Oh yes, T. What's up? Hello.
What up?
My brain worm. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, chime in with my brain friend, see if anything similar had happened to him in his knowledge, or whether it happened to him or in his people's history that he can remember.
This sounds like something he kind of recognizes. He asks you to look at the energy signatures if your people have it.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're going to investigate this further. So Burrell is going to, excuse herself, say, we're going to, I feel like, excuse us, we need to return to our ship. Just with regards to the tsunami. We're going to offer as much aid as we can, if there is any need of it. But thank you for your time. And, she's going to mention about keeping a channel open to if they want to discuss anything with the Federation more, if they would like to, plant little feelers about maybe joining, who knows? Or at least an alliance.
All right, yeah. So heading back to the runabout, I guess you want to make a kind of in a way like an Irish exit, but like via transport. Like head off to an antechamber, no one's around.
Yeah.
Right, beam us up, and
us
then
up
off
there,
you
there.
go, and you kind of just disappear. And so you head back up to the Zambezi. There's a couple of the crew here who are with you, a couple of the ensigns who have been assigned to the mission, who are taking a look at the information that they've been getting from the ships from the fleet, and kind of what. So it looks like this kind of like spread out like a bit of a network, or like, you know, almost like veins or something like that. Like this little network of energy is just kind of like, you know, spread over the expanse in these kind of like short bursts. They've got a readout of the kind of energy signatures if you guys wanted to take a look.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. This is gonna be science, I think. Science tests here.
Okay.
What's your
Kind of
science?
Decipher
4.
what's going on.
Oh my god, you're leading.
You say
The only
4?
issue I have is, sorry.
You say 4?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought it was
Yeah.
lower than that.
Harvey's a nerd. God.
He's
Yeah,
total
he's a
nerd.
super
Don't
nerd.
ask me to command, do any security or medicine, because he hasn't got a clue on any of those. So science and reasoning because of the information, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Reason to try and figure out the telemetry that you're looking at. This is going to be difficulty 2.
Okay. I don't have any focuses really that goes into this type of type of science. I'm very engineering type of science. So,
Mhm.
like, you know, unless it's something to do with an EPS. I haven't got a clue. I've got 2. We have no momentum. What difficulty did you say it was? 2?
2.
Could I give you some threat for another
Of course you can.
dice roll, please?
Yep. It's 8 threat there.
Yep. All right, I'll roll 3 and wing it. See what we do. Could you assist me, please, Burrell?
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
and the ship will assist too.
Oh, and the ship will assist. Good,
So-
good. All right.
Susie, if you want to roll for the ship as well, this would be like computers and science.
Oh, no.
Computers and science. Let me
Oh,
get the
no.
sheep.
How many complications? Have you rolled any? Like, are these just 1s and 20s?
Yeah. That's my life now. I go one way or another.
Literally one way or
It's
another.
just all or nothing.
Is that 2 20s?
That's 2 20s.
Bonkers.
And a success.
And a
Don't forget
success.
that's it. Oh, for God's
No,
sake.
the success. All right. So
Tom, you had one job.
two-
Whoa! Whoa, so did you, and you failed both of them.
the 2 complications fry the ship's computers, communications. So they're at 1 breach each, which means that they're damaged. But there is a surge of electromagnetic energy that reverberates around the hull, kind of pools into one of the screens, one of the consoles that you're looking at, and this energy forms into this kind of like static kind of, you know, lightning cloud of a masculine face. Most notable feature being their wide blue eyes flecked with starlight and lacking any kind of pupil or iris. Eyes much like those of Ashtamalia, the Tilakal person that you've made first contact with initially.
Yes.
Though he looks somehow more desperate and more fearful. Behind the face, just in the electrical energy, you can see a background of strange and wondrous forms and colours, alternating between a symphony of thought and a chaotic dream tornado. I am reading this from the book. This is what has been written. This is unlike anything you have seen before from the pocket dimension that you've been in. But this is clearly the face of an Aderi, a Tilakal spirit. We are here because we desire it. Do not let the others releasing. Please, if you can hear my words, turn back. And then that electrical energy dissipates after a spray of prismatic colours. And Susie, in your head, you hear T. That was not from Ashtamalia or any of us. They must be from a different Adarescape.
There's more than one?
I do not remember.
Wait. An Adarescape. Is that the
Well, this is what Burrell's hearing in her head.
Yeah. I'm just. This is out of character.
What I mean is, like, I just wanted to invent a word for the little pocket dimension you went into.
Oh, right. That's what I was going to ask. Because when we went to their pocket dimension where we saw all the others, we assumed, or I assumed, that they were all the races on all the different planets. They were all in this one. It's possible that each planet has its own little pocket that maybe.
Oh God.
This complicates things.
I'm going back to the Targ farm. It's so much easier to raise Targs.
I mean,
screw
if
this
this was
man.
the Klingon Defense Force, you would have conquered the planet already by now. You would have been celebrating, drinking blood wine. You know, it was simpler.
Oh God. So, Burrell is going to say to Harvey, that's not from where we were. T doesn't recognize them.
So they're different people from a different, like a different, if we were to basic server. So say like his was on one server, which all information is shared. That was from another server, which information is shared. And I guess maybe they don't connect, that each could be on their own. Mm-hmm. So maybe technically each planet could have its own server, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
So they don't know what the others are doing.
They don't have their own factions.
And so you guys...
Because T... Oh, sorry.
And so you guys heard, we are here because we desire it.
Yeah.
Do not let the others... Please hear my words, turn back.
Yeah.
What, is that like to not let them out? Because they were there because by their choice?
Well, if you remember, when we went to the Dairyscape where we met Telanumian and friends, they wanted to be freed.
Yeah. It looks like this one doesn't.
These ones don't. According to this person,
This complicates things
yeah,
significantly. Right. I mean, it might even be from the one on this planet.
I'm more concerned that we've now made contact with another assessor, another Adari, and now there's bursts of energy happening across the sector.
Well,
I'm
Commander,
very concerned about that.
If I may, what doesn't make sense to me is that it was concentrated all into one place on this planet.
Under the water, right?
In the ocean here, and she points to coordinates like in the... It basically, it's the equivalent of like being in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
I'll get the scanners up. Oh, the sensors up. So we got to get the sensors repaired.
Yeah, you barely broke them.
Daring or reason plus science, please.
Let's go daring.
With
science.
A difficulty of 3.
Oh no.
Supported by the ship's science and sensors.
Science and sensors, let's go!
There's not going to be any complication range to this because the sensors haven't been hit by that burst of energy, so you're okay.
That's the ship.
That's the ship.
That's me.
That's you.
God damn
it's all on
Susie.
you, Harvey.
God damn it.
You broke it, you better fix it.
Jesus. All right, I'm going to use my determination to fix it, and I've got my value of anything can be fixed.
Okay.
I'm going to fix the sensors.
All right.
And then use them.
Okay.
So it's a determination.
I've never seen so many zeros.
So you'll get two extra. I know, 2 extra
That's an
successes.
extra 2. There we go.
And so you'll get 4, which is 1 more than you need. One momentum now back in the pool. All right, lovely. Your scans penetrating through the water with all the advanced systems that Starfleet can offer you reveals, and there's the pit of your stomach goes. Another of these massive Tilakal facilities deep under the ocean's surface. It's got like marginal power output, and it's clearly in an advanced state of disrepair, because you can see bits of it that have just imploded under the weight of the pressure of the ocean. But there are, I believe, there are now in my game. There are these like stasis pods under this facility, but it is expansive. It's like basically covers most of the floor of that ocean. Because whenever you've dealt with this archaeology or like architecture, it's been like globe spanning or just like mega structures. Like this thing is a proper mega structure under the ocean there. We do need to start wrapping up, but what do you guys... Do you want to do anything with that information now, or do you want to kind of be polite about it and then just kind of leave? Like overall,
not a problem. We're off.
Well, not today, right? Like it doesn't have to be a problem for today.
Can I?
But what
can
do you
I
want to
get
do with it?
Can I get a transporter lock into the facility?
Jesus.
Under the water?
It's under the water.
Okay.
And I don't know what the state of the facility is. I'm just curious.
No, I need to look up some rules here first of all.
Okay.
Right.
We need to get on the blower to Captain Scarlet and Stingray and get a whole like underwater operation going on.
Copyright.
Get
Get the British puppets out. We need them.
Yeah. It's not a communication task. What is it? Sensors task? No,
I mean,
that's
it
like
probably
launch probe. You launch a probe.
No, I don't think we want to launch anything towards the planet. I mean, it's a bit awkward, isn't it?
I guess. Oh, transporters. Because there's a whole thing about the difficulty of the transporter like thing about using the transporters. And it's something like pad to pad is like difficulty 1. Is transport one of the thing?
They made it look so easy in the TV show.
They did, yeah. So I
It's
think
almost
so
like
you've
some
got...
sort of plot device just to get to where you need to be.
I know, so they don't have to CGI the shuttle every time. Okay, so you have a pad in the runabout, so that's okay, that's good. But you're going from pad to site, so I would say that's difficulty 2. And I'm going to spend 4 threat to raise it by 2, another 2, because of the ocean and just all that stuff going on, like the ocean and the crumbling nature of the facility.
Yeah.
You'll know this up front, and I'll spend my threat already. You'll know this up front that like to get that transporter lock is going to be incredibly difficult.
It's difficult.
So it's difficulty. Okay. It's difficulty 4.
So the reason, obviously, it wasn't for now for me to beam down now, but obviously there are life forms in stasis in a crumbling facility.
Yeah.
Harvey's thinking, could we get an engineering team down there to restore So to save lives, basically.
To restore
So
power.
that's why he kind of, to try and sort out the power so that we could at least keep stasis pods going. And you could even do it kind of subtly. So like you could say there's a ship diplomatic mission, and while they're just beam down the engineers, and they wouldn't even have to know anything about it. They would,
This sounds like a great conversation.
That's what Harvey's going through in his head.
Burrell. Yeah.
And definitely telling Burrell about it and how difficult it will be to do it. But once you get an engineering team down there, you could always set up transport enhancers to make it a bit easier to go back and forth.
Yeah.
In theory.
I think this is that conversation we're having as we, pull away from this planet.
Backing away, going, okay, this is a report we got to skip to the Admiral. And
yeah, because ideally we're in there straight away because it's a freaking game. You get in there, you do the thing, but we don't have the resources to do anything about anything right now. And that assessor is there's something going on with that assessor. She's she's on the brink. So let's not cause a huge incident and have to 1v an entire planet. 2v an entire planet.
2v an entire planet, yeah.
So we'll pull away.
Okay.
And then come back later.
Okay.
Come back later. With a starship to nuke everyone. The Klingon way.
They've already met the Klingons.
I know, but
I never asked what happened to the Klingons. I should have asked what happened to the Klingons, but my brain was just like, oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, we're pootling away.
It might have been a touchy subject.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what the Klingons are like.
I guess I think to help kind of set the tone going forward, that there is they're not overly friendly, but something's clearly kind of maybe happened to them a little bit. But there is probably a very awkward comms conversation with I think the commander of that ship, the Star Ward, hails you and probably has a conversation with you guys, primarily Burrell, and it's probably an awkward conversation. And she's basically call me, and you're like, sure, yep,
oh,
we'll definitely,
yep. Well, definitely. I'll send
call
you
us.
a subspace message.
We want to be chums. Call us, and you're like, yep. We'll set you up a second contact mission, I'm sure.
Oh, where's the nearest California class starship?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a requisition one for the
second
Expanse. We'll get your own little subspace buoy.
But if I'm not mistaken, in Star Trek, to join the Federate stuff, you have diplomatic missions for years, right?
Yeah.
To integrate planets.
There's probably an integration process.
Yeah. Because they've got an entire diplomatic corps,
international treaties and stuff.
Do you know what that is, Tom? That's a lovely pad we get to leave on Oshron's desk.
Yeah. Here you go. That's in your hands now.
They're interested in talking about potentially maybe joining the Federation.
Yeah.
Good luck, bye.
Okay, bye.
What a lovely ending to this episode. Okay, thanks,
it's
bye.
It's just us two putting a pad on Oshron's desk and running away giggling.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. All right. So I imagine on the way back as well, you're gonna repair their breaches. You've got time. Definitely got time to sort that out. But yeah, so you've left the Iryax and the Akaru on Setu for potential future relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see how that all goes about. Thank you, Franz, for playing that with me today. That was I don't even know what session or episode we are on, but that was Joy's Soul Lies in the Doing.
Oh,
I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why it's called that, but Jim and the gang, I love the title. You do you, boo.
Yeah. That's episode 22.
Good lord.
Yeah.
That was a lot of sessions. Lovely jubbly.
It's like an original kind of Star Trek when they had 20 up per season, back in the 90s.
So if anyone, I don't know if I don't know how many people we've got in chat or anything like that, but I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the star dates. And I don't know if you're nerdy enough to know what star date we're coming up to.
Oh no.
But there might be some trouble brewing on the station very shortly. Some very diplomatically bad trouble brewing on the station.
What happens on the other side of the galaxy stays on the other side of the galaxy.
Does it though, Tom?
No, it doesn't. News travels extortionately fast in a galaxy. It's nuts.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little what's the opposite of a prelude? I don't know. Like post-credits scene, right?
Post-creds.
Burrell gets a communique from... Didn't you have a cousin in like the KDF?
Yes.
Didn't she came and visited you, right? And she ended up in a holodeck, dimension, blah blah blah. She sends you a communication, and it's a one-way like video call thing, and it's literally like, you know, like those video calls in Starship Troopers when they send letters back home. It's like one of those. There's like fucking like, you know, Beck's running back and forth in the background. Yeah. She's getting up from a bunk. And she's like, she's got that energy about, you know, the invasion of Klendathu or whatever it's called, right? And yeah, she's like, Gowron has given the order, we're invading Cardassia. And so like during the week, no, you guys don't take a week, you probably take a few days in the runabout at your cruising speed. But say like day 2 or so, you get that like one-way communication pad thing. I don't know if you share that with the rest of the crew or with Harvey.
Just with Harvey.
Okay.
Just quietly with Harvey. I think Burrell's like just eating her rations or whatever, drinking her Ractogino, and then she looks like she's like 6 tones paler than she was previously. And she just very quietly says, the Klingon Empire is invading Cardassia.
What the fuck? No.
The 3 of us should not be left alone on an episode. Oh my god. Okay. That's it from whatever I call this episode. The joy soul lies in the doing. Tom.
Yes.
Who are you? What do you do? Where are you?
I don't know.
What are you doing next?
I don't know.
Is there any Lethal Company or spoops in your future?
So we did play Lethal Company yesterday.
Very
Millie
nice.
and V did it for the first time.
Yeah.
On Susanna Grace's channel. Go to there. Which was a lot of fun. So I'm sure we'll be doing some more Lethal Company on Mondays whenever we're all available. Thursdays, follow Black Cats with the D&D's campaign, which I think we're doing this week. Right, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go. Follow Black Cats, D&D. I can't remember. Are we 7 or 8?
8.
We're 8 now, aren't we?
I think we're 8 now.
Didn't you want to push it back so you had more time
8
when you come back, Sam? Yeah, it is 8
p.m.
It is 8.
Yeah.
8 p.m., which is 3 p.m. Eastern and stuff like that. So that's about it for me at the moment, you know. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And,
Cool. Susie, what else have you got on?
Well, like Tom said, on Mondays we usually play the Phasmophobia or Lethal Company or something along those lines with Amelia Tyler, V, Tabletop Horde, and Hot Flakes Tom down there. There's a unique joy out of hearing your friend, award-winning voice actress Amelia Tyler, going, "Oh fuck me," as she's about to do a jump, and then her scream going, "Ah!" as she dies. It's extremely funny. Extremely funny. Please do, like, if you tune in for that next time we stream it, because it's a good time. Other than that, on my channel, I'm building a Gundam. I'm building the Master Gundam from G Gundam, and I made his little arms on Friday.
Oh my god.
The back to front, there goes, little shoulders, which were hell. And then I lost my mind because I was staring at tiny plastic for 4 hours and was very amused that I could make him clap. So I'll be doing that again tomorrow. There's sprue all over my office and bits of plastic everywhere. So yeah, so I'm doing tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, and on Friday on my channel we will be building the Master Gundam.
Love it. We'll try and tune in. Yeah. Aforementioned on the Black Cats channel, follow Black Cats. We are playing Dragon Heist. I've already TPK'd them once. We'll see how the rest of the campaign goes, I guess. They're already still... No, you're level 2 now, right? And you've got Troll Manor, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're playing that on Thursdays. So if you want some silly D&D shenanigans, then come over and watch us. I don't have much Modiphius news. We're all just getting back into the office, so we're all busy prepping for the year. But you'll hear plenty of news from us soon, I'm sure. So stick around on the Modiphius channel on Mondays. We're coming back with the Fallout Winter of Atom campaign. April's running that. It's a really cool campaign written in part by our good friend Jonathan Fry. Headed up the writing team for that. It's a small world. And then we're back on a Tuesdays, and I believe that Dreams and Machines is wrapped on the Wednesdays now. But you can check that over on our YouTube channel that's dedicated to our actual plays and like our very short form videos. So if you head over to Modiphius Plays, I think, on YouTube, then you can see our stuff there. Or it was Modiphius Live. I cannot remember what it was called. Modiphius
Live.
Modiphius Live. Well done. Thank you, Susie. I should be fired. We'll see you next week to see whether the station falls into complete chaos with the ending of the Kittimer Accords. Okay then, friends. Thanks. And we'll see you next week. Until then, live long and prosper.